member from Hamilton East, Stony Creek.
Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Transportation. We learned yesterday that instead of doing proper planning for the Pan Am Games, the government is asking Ontarians in what could be called a faith-based transportation plan to stay off the roads, miraculously reducing the congestion by 20%. Instead, we learned that they've done absolutely no modeling for how the Pan Am and Parapan Games will impact city streets. Even if we trust the projections for the highways, every journey starts and ends on municipal streets. Did they simply forget to do the breakdown and research on this, or did they not do it because they didn't want to hear us complain from the public?
Minister of Transportation.
Thanks very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the member for that question. So yesterday I did have the opportunity to update the public with respect to our transportation strategy for the upcoming Pan Am Parapan Am Games. We have a very, very strong plan, Speaker, that draws on the expertise brought to us by individuals responsible for the successful transportation plans that were used, for example, at the Vancouver Olympics and the London Olympics. Both communities that were able to meet or exceed their reduction targets, the targets of 20% that we've also identified in our plan, Speaker. In addition to that, we've created a games route network that calls for HOV lanes that will be operating throughout that network. We did announce some of the details relating to the modelling itself, Speaker. But on the question about municipal streets in particular, it's important to recognize that our team at MTO and the rest of the TO 2015 team have worked really closely with all 30 partners we have across the entire affected region, which would include the municipalities that are participating. Those municipalities are well aware of the impacts that will occur on their streets, and they're planning for that impact. Thanks very much, Speaker.
Supplementary.
Well, thank you, Speaker. The transit system in Toronto and the GTHA are bursting at capacity now, and the government's plan is to shift tens of thousands of commuters and 250,000 visitors onto that system. Minister, where are they all going to fit? They are spending $7 million on enhanced transit service for the biggest sporting event that Canada has ever seen. Unfortunately, London, England, invested £7 billion in transport systems for the Olympics. Quite a contrast. We don't have backups in our network, and we don't have a plan B. What will happen if we have another subway breakdown like we had yesterday? How many hours will be added to the people's commute?
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mr. Speaker. So as I said in my opening response, we are working closely with all 30 of our partners across the affected region, Speaker. We have a strong strategy in place, and we will achieve our targets. I think what's most important that the member opposite didn't recognize is that currently in the GTAH, or the GTHA, we have over $16 billion worth of transit that's under construction. We'll be delivering the Union Pearson Express in advance of the Games themselves. And, Speaker, I would also note, it's interesting this question is coming from a member representing Hamilton, because if that member had showed up to yesterday's technical briefing, Speaker, he would have known that the James Street North GO station that we are currently building will be in service in Hamilton for the Pan Am Parapan Am Games.